Before the world ever pays you, it tests you. Before a single dollar shows up, your mind must prove it's ready. Because wealth is not a number, it's a mindset. It's a decision. It's a declaration made in silence, long before the world gives you applause. Most people are waiting to earn more money so they can think like a millionaire. But the greats, they thought like millionaires while they were still broke. Henry Ford was just a farm boy with grease on his hands and a mind full of vision. The world laughed when he said he'd build a car for every household. But he didn't need agreement. He didn't need approval. He had the most dangerous weapon a man can carry. A wealth mindset backed by obsession. That's how you win, by becoming rich in thought. Before you're rich in bank statements. Because here's the truth no one wants to say out loud. If you wait for money to change your thinking, it never will. But if you change your thinking, the money follows like iron to a magnet. Napoleon Hill said it best, riches begin with a state of mind. And that state must be claimed, forcefully, deliberately, daily. The world is full of people with potential, talent, even ambition. But few with clarity. Few who've decided that wealth is no longer a wish, it's a standard. And that standard starts inside your mind, not inside your wallet. So the first law of millionaire thinking is this. Stop thinking like a consumer. Start thinking like a creator. Consumers react. They chase dopamine. They spend to feel significance. They scroll, compare, envy, repeat. They ask, what can I get? Creators. They ask, what can I build? Walt Disney was rejected over 300 times for financing. People said his ideas were childish, unrealistic. But he didn't stop. Because he wasn't thinking about money, he was thinking about value. He was thinking about creation. And value always makes room for itself in the marketplace. If your first thought is always about money, you'll chase it forever. But if your first thought is always about value, the money can't help but follow you. That's how millionaires think. They see money not as the goal, but as the consequence of aligned thinking. Massive action and relentless service to a vision greater than themselves. And they don't wait for conditions to be perfect. They act as if the world already owes them results, not out of entitlement, but out of conviction. Because when your mind is rich, your circumstances have no choice but to evolve. A poor person sees $100 and thinks about spending it. A wealthy mind sees the same $100 and thinks about scaling it. Not in theory. In discipline. In investment. In creation. The other is building the future. The second law of millionaire thinking. You must believe bigger than your environment. When Andrew Carnegie was 12, he worked in a cotton factory for $1.20 a week. He could have accepted that fate. He could have lived and died in that noise. But inside, he was building a kingdom.